Going into the 2012 season, the Ironmen were able to make it to Sunday for every event, but they weren't turning around the results that they wanted.
I felt like we were playing real good in Texas on that layout, and semifinals against Damage, they came out hot. We were kind of not playing as well as I felt, and it just seemed like we couldn't catch up fast enough. But then they went to win that event, so you know they were playing good too.
In the semifinal match to move on to the finals, we played the Russians, and I believe we scored the first 3 or 4 points. They were playing catch up throughout the match, and they ended up coming back, and then it came down to the last minute. I believe we were about to tie the match, going to overtime, you know, with the momentum, everything in our favor, and Brandon Short got a major under the last minute, so the point automatically went to the Russians, and they ended up moving on, and we got kicked out of the tournament.
Fucking lost this game because of dumb-ass penalties. I'm sick and tired of losing because of penalties. We have great plays when we play with 5 fucking guys. We lost 5 points today because we had penalties. You know what we lost by? 5-7. 5 points. They won 2 points without penalties. I don't understand. How many times is it gonna fucking take for you to learn? I don't get it.
For us to get put out like that, I think that he just felt that we had a really good chance of going to the top 2. So he was just so upset, like, this is our tournament to win, and we just gave it away, you know.
That's it.
So now we're in Chicago. We're in the quarterfinals against Dynasty. Really close game, both back and forth. Then we go to overtime. Just happens, I mean, we got a lucky break. We shoot, 2 on the break, a 3rd one right after that.
Hey, we accomplished 1 goal. Let's go. We got 2 more fucking goals. How good does that shit feel? Fucking great. Hey, not only beating him as a fucking team, dude. We walk down the field together, bro. Let's fucking go.
That game's mean nothing unless we win this next one. Let's go.
Thanks. Let's go, boys. 1, 2, 3, team.
Infamous came out on fire against us on that one. It just felt like we weren't doing anything that really made a difference. Didn't matter how much we tried to do this, do that. I mean, they just went up 6-0. We had nothing really to come back with them.
Hey, come on, boys, have faith. Have faith. Let's go, Ironman. Come on.
I was trying to pep the team up, saying we can do this, we can do this. I mean, it got to 6-0. We ended up scoring 3 or maybe 4 points, but I mean, it was too late at that point, and we ended up losing the game.
So MAO, playing X Factor, going back and forth. Either way, it was 4-4, minute and something left, and we go out, we shoot 1 on the break, shoot another one. It's basically 4-on-1. All of a sudden, Short has a hit on his arm. Red flag goes up, we lose the game. That to me was real heartbreaking because again, another one, we want to go play, go play for the top 2. And just didn't get a chance to do it.
Back to the grinder. Well, fucking win already. I'm tired. Like, what do we go to practice for? If we're just gonna get fucking major to lose the whole goddamn tournament. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. All we do is make mistakes. We never correct any of the mistakes. Just keep making them. Okay. I don't even know what else to say.
We were so close. We would make top 4 like 3-4 times out of the year, but putting it together and actually going that extra step and winning just wasn't going our way. So it was very frustrating.
Up to us, we lend out our hand. They spit in your face, this is your promised land. Hey, where did survival go? We saw them back up their back.
After having a disappointing year, the Ironmen come into World Cup with a lot to prove. Mike Hinman left Dynasty after the Mid-Atlantic Open and will help sideline coach the Ironmen for this event.
You know, me leaving Dynasty wasn't like when I sent the message out to the guys, sent it to everybody on the team. You know, I didn't feel slighted, I didn't feel negative. I honestly thought it was the best move for them, and they're my friends, and for me. And going to the Ironmen, you know, they're a younger roster. I think my coaching style probably plays better to younger guys. I'm a little more rah. Whereas in guys like Oliver and Yosh, they don't need that. Like, they need somebody like Rusty that is way more X's and O's analytical than I coach off of emotion. So going to the Ironmen, I went to World Cup as the sideline coach, or the offensive coordinator as we referred to it as, and did my job, and I was positive about it. I was excited to be there.
Oh shit! 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 Oh shit!
We felt, you know, going into Cup, hey, we win Cup, it doesn't matter how the rest of the year went. You know, it doesn't matter that we were top 4 or whatever. You know, everybody remembers who won Cup. Everything else besides that, they just blend together. So we go play 187 next. Right out the gate, they get a major. And the problem is, too, it's just inches in the game. You get a major and another team really capitalizes on it. You can put a hurt on the team off the get.
Our guys were just doing the job like we had worked at practice on that snake, on that layout, getting down it, getting the kills, opening up that side of the field, turning the guns, and, you know, Short and all the guys, Martin on the Dorito side, were handling it. So yeah, we were playing really well at that point. But also 7-0 against teams doesn't really matter until you play the Sunday teams, and if you can 7-0 them, then it's a little bit different.
Keep this fucking test up, bro. Turn the fucking on. We're gonna win this fucking tournament.
Loud team, all right? 1, 2, 3, 10!
The first point against Impact was a long point. Basically what happened was it came down to Eric, A-Rod, and myself. Eric got shot kind of, you know, being antsy. A-Rod tried to fill out to the corner and then got shot. And I was kind of left alone against 3 or 4 dudes. Kind of just made a desperation move and then ended up losing the point. After that, it was a fight back and forth.
Second point, Impact, they come down, he runs down to Bunker or Snake, I'm watching over him. Bunker's our guy, I'm shooting him, get a major, he goes, runs in the box. Well, when that happened, we lost another guy. So really, I mean, it was still a close game. We just got kind of lucky, you know, we're sitting there, somehow Brandon's on the other side of the field, I'm in the Snake, you know, going down, I come down the wire, I see his pack, shoot him in the pack. You know, it was like 2 seconds till he's coming out of the box, so I'm like, Brandon, wait, we post up. You know, he actually comes out of the box. Brandon really gave it to him. I was kind of like, oh, okay, we're okay. Brandon hangs the flag. It's always good when Brandon's behind me, I'm in the Snake. It always seems to work out better, you know. You know, we're up at one point, we're trying to hold it out. Moorhead just comes flying down the Doritos like he does, and you know, just put it on us. I mean, you know, it starts just going through us. Toke's last one alive in the Snake. Everyone bunkers them. They hang the flag.
There was about a minute left. We got into a little huddle, and I started telling everybody, you know, how much better we are than these guys. We're not going to go into overtime. This is our match right here and right now. We're going to win. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's win or win. You know, it's all confidence, and you know, what you project is what you'll perfect. And you know, that's what we went out and did. And we ended up beating them with, I think, about 15 seconds left.
Let's go, man. We have the best team. We are going to win. Hey, we are going to win.
Hey, round 3 down. Hey, let's focus on round 4. Let's watch this damage game and get ready for that fucking match. Right?
1, 2, 3, team!
We beat Impact, and you know, we went into that next match against Damage on a positive note. We were all motivated. The momentum was in our court. This, that, the other. Damage came out to play, and you know, we came out flat.
And there's the Sunday team that I was talking about. Damage was playing well, Mouse was playing well for them at that event. You give them an inch, it's too late, you know? They ride it like a boa constrictor, they just slowly just squeeze it out of you, you know what I mean? Like, see a lot of teams will shoot a side of the field out, some guy comes running all the way across the field and makes it alive. It doesn't happen against Damage. Their back guys are smart enough to know when they have a side of the field blown out. They set up the turrets and just not getting across. They systematically destroyed us.
What the fuck is going on? We've lost every fucking gunfight out there. We fucking drop zones. Fucking, I don't understand. Simple.
I think the hard part with a younger team is that when we're sitting there and they're like, oh, we're into Sunday, this game doesn't really matter, even though, you know, you get a buy onto the thing. It's not the same intensity as if you have to win. When you have to win, your back's against the wall, you're gonna fight and claw to the death. When you're already going in, like, hey, we're playing on Sunday regardless, there's just that same, not same intensity.
It definitely was like, all right, guys, this is what a good team's going to do, and this is, you know, what we need to do to combat that and, you know, overcome with a victory.
I'm not even really going to worry about that Damage game because nobody did anything right at all. All the way around. We had terrible times getting anywhere. We had terrible times filling. We were not watching zones whatsoever, so I'm just going to pretend that that game did not happen because I assume you guys will fix it.
I also think I'm just throwing out there that Rainey and Paxton should be on different lines for the back center.
Why?
Because they're the best two back centers we have. Most experienced. A-Rod, love you to death, but I mean, how much experience does he have, you know what I mean? As opposed to, it's Sunday paintball.
I think that's not a bad idea, too.
Took a snake player, correct? He's playing the A.
Well,
if our snake players aren't getting it done, let's try and send him in there, you know?
He's also been playing the A really well until that last match is the only time we ever had a problem.
I know, but if we're not getting production out of certain players...
The moment comes up and there's this, like you said, we're down 3 and our snake guys aren't handling it,
yeah.
Timeout, Toke, you're in.
Timeout,
the gamble with Toke. Hey, Toke, we'll give you a chance.
Basically, I disagree with his coaching tactic, if you will. I mean, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I wasn't the only person that felt it on the team. I just was the only person that had enough gumption to actually tell him, like, hey, this is, you know, this isn't gonna work.
I think against Infamous, I have a great idea. I'm going to give up the Dorito side and not even shoot over there.
Not shoot?
No. Not until they start running wide.
Skinny laid our game plan out that we weren't going to attack the Dorito side against Infamous, I believe it was. And a lot of the guys were kind of like, if you put all the pressure to get down one side of the field, it's going to be tough, you know what I mean? It can't piss me off because it wasn't my team to control. I wasn't the head coach, and I'm not, you know, despite what people think about my personality, I have no problem just being an Indian and not the chief, you know what I mean? Like, it was Skinny's show, and I mean, we were going to follow him through the gates of wherever we were heading, you know?
It is completely counterproductive for any coach, me, Skinny, Steve, if people do not do the job that's laid out. Don't worry about anything else but your job. That's all you can do. You're not the coach, you're not the play caller, you're not this. We all have to go out there and do our one piece.
Hey, look forward. This whole fucking tournament's done, dude. Tomorrow's a whole new fucking piece, right?
Hey, baby team on 3. 1, 2, 3, baby team.
Tied match, crucial point, Infamous has it. They shot all of us. It's me and Shorty. This is their point. It's actually a 5-on-2. I'm like, Shorty, cross up. We crossed up. I think he yelled a switch call. He saw Bobby crawling down the snake. I come out, just having to clip him in the pack. Boom. All right, great. We got a nice G. Shorty picked up one. Somehow, all of a sudden, he, you know, I see him going. So I'm like, all right, here we go. He goes. He makes the X wrap around. I shoot the X. He's almost all the way through. I see him doing a dance with the guy in the Dorito. Shoot him, and all of a sudden I'm looking, the dust is clearing, and I'm like, are we good? Like, what just happened? Run through, grab the flag, we take that point away from them. Huge swing point. Very next point, they come back, tie it up. Now we're back into, you know, all right, you know, hey, we were there. They came back, ran right through us.
It was 2-2 tie. We had 2 guys left.
They were closing the game out. They were on our side of the field. And then Damien ended up getting a major throughout when all that went down, because he was the guy in the X. And I think it was under a minute, so we automatically got the point to advance us on to the next round. I mean, that was a nail biter. It was back and forth, and to be honest, I mean, it didn't look good for us, that's for sure. But everybody stepped up to the plate.
Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Hey, feel it into the next game, man. Every fucking move, every fucking step, 120%. Let's go! Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team!
First point, long point, we're going down. Spica goes, makes a good move, shoots him. Looks like Chad cheated. Gets a major. We're going on. We're trying. We're like, all right, here we go. Let's amp it up. Let's get some points off this major. They start tearing it down. Goes on to a one-on-one. Hibiscus playing it smart. Just sits back, waits. Gonna make it a 2-on-1 when the guy comes out of the box. We blow the buzzer. We're like, well, let's keep him in the box. We'll start 5-on-4. We break out. Things are going. We're going good, and then Ryan gets a major penalty. We're like, oh, man, damn the bad luck. So we're sitting there, and now we're on the defense. Then we end up losing that point, and now we're starting to trickle down.
They just did a great job. I mean, they did the same thing over and over with very little variation, but it worked. It just came down to simple gun battles, You're going to be in this spot, this guy's going to be in this spot, and who gets shot, They, on that day, outperformed us and just beat us,
Skinny stuck by his game plan. We didn't deviate from the game plan. It was like, hey, this is what's going to go on. We couldn't put points on the board with what we were doing. We just kept running the same game plan. Same outcome comes out. The people that were playing definitely put their heart and soul into it. I mean, but also too, I think we just ran them down too much. Certain people only play so good until they're tired. When they get overtired, they're not sharp. And it's time to put some fresh legs in, try something else. But we just kept trying to hit it like, hey, this is what's going to work, and it just didn't work.
Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Back to the fucking game!
There was 2 different houses. Skinny's house, all the guys in that house played a lot, and some of the guys in our house didn't, so there was definitely clear division on the team. I mean, I think Pax didn't play but like a point on Sunday. LJ didn't play any points on Sunday, and a lot of guys had a feeling that was coming. The team was very focused on winning the event, but there was definitely some weird vibe in the room.
After the frustrating 2012 season, the Ironmen come into 2013 looking for a fresh start. During the offseason, Kevin Brethauer leaves the team to coach Tampa Bay Damage. Mike Hinman takes over as the head coach for the Ironmen. There were also quite a few roster changes to the team.
There was no plans to come in and switch things up, Ryan Martin, said college and life had caught up with him. Everybody says like Short left the team because that's what he wanted to do. I mean, that's just a bold-faced lie. I believe Dynasty/HK had given him a pretty good financial offer to go over there and play with them. Spica, I'm sure if he got the same deal matched that he was getting on the Ironmen to go over there, he was going to go because those guys are friends. Rainey, he called me to tell me he was leaving. I didn't ask him not to leave. I just simply asked him how much, and it was more than he was getting with us. So, Joey can say what he wants. He knows he came after us because Mouse decided to come back and play with us. So he came after one of our players and wanted to, assert his authority. So it was by like, oh, we lost 3 more dudes. Call 3 more up, you know what I mean?
The Russians were probably one of the best organizations I've ever played for. I had a really good time playing with them, and I definitely learned a lot. But when I had the opportunity to come back and play with the LA Ironmen, which is the team that I started my career with, I decided I wanted to do that.
2012 was kind of like my school grind. I needed, buckle down. Marcelo called me, and I felt like I could balance the two, and I decided to play.
With Damage, that's a great team, and I knew I'd probably have a pretty good season with them just because their whole team's strong. They got talent. but I wasn't going to play as often if I was only going to fly for practice. So and I wanted to play a lot this year, and Ironman plays almost every weekend. So
if you had said a World Cup last year, this is going to be your team this year, I'd have been like, you're crazy, man. Like, there's no way we're going to change that many bodies. I didn't want to change that many bodies, but it worked out how it did, and I'm happy it is what it is, and we're happy with our team.
I mean, we got a whole new team. I mean, there's about 30% of us left from the original squad from last year and the year before, so it's different, but the only thing constant in life is change, and all you have to do is embrace change for it to be a positive thing rather than a negative, you know?
The day before the event, the Ironmen have a practice against Edmonton Impact and will test their skills as a newly reformed team.
Snake three. Come the fuck on, man. Danny, wipe his back off, please. Act like you guys are on the same team. It's really nice, dude. Really nice.
Practiced Impact, they just kicked the crap out of us. Like, that's simply put, they had the field better wired than we did.
Impact was like the first team to start landing us out off the break and actually getting in there before us. So we were just like, wow, do we have to switch up lines, game plans? Like, we started questioning things.
I don't need you to be a fucking superstar. I just need you to do a job, dude. If you're the one, that means you attack. If you're the two, you just keep that guy alive. I mean, really, do I have to explain that to your monkey ass? You guys are all hyped up about being on the team and wearing this jersey, but there ain't no heart behind it right now. That's the fucking problem. I have more worry about his fucking back of his knee than I have my bottom four guys on my team right now. That's the truth. You want to hear it. I'm more worried about his knee than I am you.
A lot of our coaches now are like, okay, and they comfort them and they, okay, this is where you're going to go. This is what you're going to shoot. You're going to do this, do that. Mike's like, hey, you should already know all that. We're playing pro, and we're not playing T-ball. You have to go earn what you're going to do.
Like right now, we're not going to run two lines. Don't ask. Nobody asks the packages. We'll run multiple packages like we always do. But don't expect to see 10 dudes rotating through those packages. You know what I mean? You guys got to go achieve. You got to earn that shit,
He let us have it, he told us like this is how it's going to be, and we might be going to a bare bones roster just because certain people weren't cutting it, you know what I mean? I would say he laid into us, but in a good way, and kind of opened our eyes and been like, dude, I got to play harder, I got to play tighter, I got to play smarter. So it was for the better, that's for sure.
Whatever the game plan is, if you get told to do something, you have to do that shit with fucking blind obedience until the ball hits you. You have to. And what I'm seeing out of you guys is not that. You're out there like worried that like something else and they're gonna come down here. It's practice, dude. It's just practice, man. We could have done basic shit like they did. Double the apple, go here, one here, one there. We ran, man. We ran everywhere. You know what I mean? We definitely tried to take real estate. Impact chopped us up doing it, I'd say they won 75%, beat us pretty good, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. You can lose and practice all day and win at the tournament. So let's hope that's what it is, or maybe we got a long weekend ahead of us.
For their first match of Dallas, the Ironmen will be up against the Tauntauns.
The Tauntauns, I've seen them play in Europe quite a bit, so it wasn't a big surprise for me. I knew that they were going to be a good team. They're aggressive, they apply constant pressure, so I knew it was going to be a tough game going into it.
When they put some points on the board, I think it was 2-1, and I remember there was a real long point with Mouse and I, and we'd shot their first snake guy, and I was behind Mouse. I felt like that was a huge point for us to win, because once we won that point, we kind of got the gears going.
I think it was one of those things where, all of a sudden you're down 2 points and you realize, whoa, this is the first match of the first tournament of the season. We need to get it together and show what we can do.
Winning the Tauntaun game, I definitely think it was an individual performance and not necessarily a team Ironman performance. A-Rod had a couple great games. Mal shot a few people instead of Marcelo, so yeah, definitely individuals and not team Ironman.
Listen up, man. That was a win and all, but dude, guys are acting like, again, younger guys, we need 7, 8, 9, and 10 to step up. This ain't saying it. You have to want this shit from every being. Lack of discipline. Dumb fucking major. We talked about this shit. We are better than this. But we got guys that think that they are better than the fucking team. We need to watch Seattle. They're going to play right now. We need to watch this fucking game in 10 minutes.
Individuals won that game. We cannot fucking survive on that play.
Two-man operations, communicate across the board. Team on three. One, two, three, team.
When you play a team like Thunder, it's surviving the breakout, trying to keep 4 or 5 guys up in a good position and then, trade bodies, shoot some guys. If I took our top 5 guys that time and put them on the field, we should be able to win 8, 9 out of 10 points, just what it is,
Let's go, Ironmen, right now! Hey, no more yelling. Let's fucking go do our jobs.
I like to look at those games, and nothing to knock them, but I like to look at them to get yourself in a rhythm, be as aggressive as you can. And I think the first point, I went down the Dorito side and was just, every time I came out of my bunker, I was able to shoot somebody. So it was one of those games.
The last guy was in the back center, kind of like stand-up can, and A-Rod bunkered him and kind of, he shot him a lot. He shot him from like the ass to the head, and as the guy's walking off, A-Rod's kind of like walking off with him, looking pretty mean and tough.
Way to fucking be, kid! I saw you coming through. I said, oh, the hatchet's about to...
That's how A-Rod is, like super nice kid off the field, really passive. But when he goes on the field, like the other side of him comes out.
Guys, we're playing good, but we're not playing great. Playing good. We're not playing great. Right now, this next 20 hours before our next game, that's where we decide if we're gonna step up and be excellent, or are we just gonna be good, you know what I mean? We will always strive for perfection on this team. Until we win the championship, then I will say you did your job. Until then, we gotta keep learning, you know what I mean? Let's go get our stuff together, get all of our shit together. Hey, I wanna say one thing, man, thank you guys. You guys are making it easier for me to do my job, okay? We can still step it up a little bit on some little shit, but thank you. It was a good day. Let's go tomorrow. Let's fuck some people up, okay? That's what we do. Hey, another way to be, A-Rod. Fucking Dino stop that little bitch. And then you walk them off.
1, 2, 3, team! The Ironmen finished their first day on a good note, winning both their preliminary games. Their first match in the morning will be against Upton 187 crew.
187's a good young team. They're not in your face, fast, aggressive, going to blow you off the field, but if you make mistakes, they're going to take advantage of the mistakes and beat you.
That game was back and forth. That team I respect. They came straight from divisional. They didn't pick up one already pro player. They stuck with their team, came from D1 straight to pro. That team came out swinging off the bat. And I knew they were going to be a good game against us because they have a similar style with attacking, aggressiveness, and they're young too.
We went down a few points actually. I know one point I think I won a 1-on-2 against them, and went down and bunkered the Dorito guy, and it came down to a 1-on-1 against Nick Laval over on the Snake side. Unfortunately, I got a shot on him. 187, they always come out strong. They're a team that they're eager to prove themselves right now, so you can't take them lightly.
You're up 5-2, and the time's running low, and you kind of play defense a little bit to try to kill some time, but I think they're playing real aggressive, and they scored some quick points.
They started coming back, and honestly, if they would have had enough time, they probably could have tied it and sent it to overtime, but luckily we came away with the win.
Again, guys, not a clean game, dude. Oops, whoops, I fucked up, got shot. The mental discipline, man, that's what we need, dude. We gotta get fucking smarter, man. Like, A-Rod, you got a bad stop. Did you know that we were up 2 points? Why just run through the middle of the field? That makes no sense, man. How many times in a tournament can you guys come off after a game and, you know, one-on-one be like, Mike, I totally fucked up that game, man. I've had like 7 guys say that in 3 matches. And probably another 15 of them should have said it.
Until you guys all decide that we are not going to lose, we are going to lose shit. Understand that we are going to win if we do everything we can on that field to win. I don't care what the situation is. If we're down bodies, you look to the person next to you and you figure out how you're going to go shoot somebody. Don't be on your heels, always be on your toes, and go forward until we have a first fucking place. I believe in every one of you guys. We're fucking a good team. Let's go prove that this next game. We need people to step up and fucking, when you get a chance to go in, go want to shoot 3 people. No matter what the situation, dude, just refuse to lose. That's what it comes down to. Don't not want to lose, refuse to lose. That's it.
That's it, man.
We were playing, I don't want to say like not good teams, but we were playing weaker teams in the league, you know? So once we did face, you know, a good team like Infamous, I mean, it showed, you know, what we can and can't do.
As a team, dude.
The momentum's changed, I felt like, when maybe it was 3-1, and it was a 4-on-2. I remember it was Nikki and Damien. And we lost the point. We had all the spots, and we just got shot out of our bunkers.
I mean, guys,
game.
What else can we do, man?
Live.
We're fucking stacked up here. There's nowhere to fucking go. Stay the fuck alive. That doesn't mean die, though. I can stay alive for fucking 900 days.
Ironmen, 3 points, 10 minutes. Let's go.
Hey, come on, guys. Look forward.
I think we got a couple stupid penalties myself. I got 2 minors, I think, that match, which kind of hurt us because it was in crucial times, just when we were up bodies. That lost the point. I even admitted to the refs, good call, like I had no clue I was playing on, or else I would have got rid of it, so.
Our back guys that were, you know, our laners and stuff were just getting picked apart, and Infamous did a great job on it. I mean, Infamous is a good team, you know, and Damien right now is one of the top 3 on any given day, and Damien's game is further amplified when you don't put pressure on him. Like, he's the kind of guy, like, if it was basketball, you got to double team him. You got to put Oliver, Ryan, guys like that have to be pressured to make bad choices, because if you allow them to just sit there and play paintball, and they played well.
Hey, better today than tomorrow, man. Learn everything we can in this last fucking 4 or 5 points until we have, okay? Let's go. We can fucking come back plenty of time, dude. We got this shit. Hey, that's good shit.
Seven.
Hey, let's go. One day right around. Hey, motherfuckers, we come back right now. Hey, way to play, squad.
Mike made a good adjustment before we ended up losing that match. He put me on that D side and I started attacking pretty quick. They were beating us again like 6-2, and we came back 6-4. And they scored the last point 7-4.
You have to want this, man. You have to fucking want this. I mean, I'm pretty good with my numbers. 6-2 is a tough uphill road to go against. There was dudes that believed we could win that. Mathematically, I knew it was going to be tough, but I knew if we kept winning points quick, we could do it. You have to believe, man.
Hey, all this fucking offseason, we have grinded and we have worked our fucking asses off, alright? Whoever the fuck we play tomorrow, they should be scared of us. Right now, they're not. We're fucking Ironmen, not pussies.
I just want to say one thing about today in that Infamous game. I really appreciate how everybody acted. You know, we were down points, the shit was not going right, stuff was not going well, we did not turn on each other. Situations like that are going to happen, and we have to first keep calm the way we did. We have to have just a little more gumption a little bit sooner, you know? Because we started coming back swinging, but it was just a little too, you know, too little, too late. But we can do it. It shows that we can do it no matter what. And tomorrow, we really need to come out and win those first 2 points. It's been our biggest downfall this event, dude, is we're kind of climbing from the back, you know? We just need to go out with nothing to lose, dude, all right? Just everything to win, nothing to lose. Just go out there and play like we can.
start tomorrow like we finished the game today, right? We finished the game way up. We started the game way the fuck down here. We finished it way up here. So we start tomorrow the way we ended today, and watch how the fucking things roll our way tomorrow.
It's all up to us, you know what I mean? If we win this, we play for this. Again, like that's the winner of our game. It's done. And then the finals. That's all we got to do, man. One step at a time.
Sunday morning, I felt excited. You know, we were going to play Dynasty. It's obviously an immediate rival. You know, losing Kyle Spick and Brandon Short to go over to them. And that morning, I was like, this is it. It's awesome. You know, we were in the quarterfinals. We beat Dynasty, and 2 more games, we're going to win the tournament. So going into the match, I felt very confident.
Hey, I need paint, guys. Come on, motherfuckers.
Hey,
please.
turn them out.
Hey, bud. I need 6.
I need 8.
It was a pretty back and forth match. I know we lost the first point, won the second one, you know, went back and forth, and got to the point where Alex Frazee did get that major penalty. And anytime a team gets a major, you want to capitalize and try to keep as much time on that clock as possible. So Blake ended up being the last one alive, and you know, unfortunately for him, I just had to run and get him.
Hey, let's get ready to turn.
Hey, I need paint. Hey, I got you. Hey, Tiger. Hey, paint. Hey, they got a major too, Mark.
Coming into their penalty, we wanted to win a quick point and get as many points as we could on the penalty. And we had all the spots. I was in the A, I think Mouse in the 50 Dorito. And we shot Spica, their first guy off the break. So it was Ryan in the second bunker on the Snake and Yosh and Glenn on the Dorito side. I remember looking at the clock with 4 seconds left on the penalty, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna shoot Alex coming out of the box. So I kind of just committed myself to killing him, and Glenn shot me in the feet underneath the A. Marcelo saw me die. Marcelo tried to fill the center, he got shot. Then Mouse tries to bunker Glenn and Yosh in a line at that point. Yosh just had great timing and shot him coming.
What in the come on, guys, we talked about this in the meeting. You're throwing this away for us, guys.
I shot Ryan earlier, though. That's the difference. Ryan played on.
People cheat in paintball. It's crazy, I know.
Let's go.
Marcelo left the fucking wire again. We can't do that. We talked about that in the meeting.
We never had an even attack on that Dallas layout. It was always like we either won the game from the center with Steven Pitts or A-Rod, or me on the Snake side, or LJ or Marcelo down the Doritos. We never had a full team attack. I mean, there was flashes of it, and we would shoot 2 or 3 real quick and just win it as a team, but other than that, it was individuals winning points for us, and obviously that's not going to work for you on Sunday.
I believe Toke was in front of me, and we worked Toke into the Snake. I filled the corner. I think we were down bodies, and they were already pressing the Dorito side. And I could hear the sideline say, you know, he's coming, and you know, I wrap inside, but couldn't wrap inside too hard to shoot him. He flops over bunkers Toke. And at that point, I'm in a rough spot, so my only chance is to run at him. So I counterattack him, bunker him. He sees me out of the corner of his eye, so he's swinging his gun, but I shoot him while it's happening. He shoots me, gets a major, which was great for me because I felt like I knew Alex came into the Snake with me. I knew he was going to die on the penalty, and there was 2 guys, but I didn't know Dalton had ran completely behind me. So I come up looking for Yosh, and Dalton is behind me, and that that kind of steeled the match.
Hey, let's go, boys. Have faith. We fucking got this, man. We got this. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go right now.
They know we have to come. I tried to come through the center into their tower, which is off to the left of on the D side of the X. I mean, they already had balls there by the time I got around the X. I was out. A-Rod was at the X. He was trying to make something happen. And just not enough time.
I mean, it's always good if you're going to lose at a tournament. I'd rather lose to the team that wins the thing. And being a close game like that, I mean, we all went home it was right there. It was on the tips of our fingers. But truthfully, not that day. It was not like it got stolen from us. Dynasty took it. Like, they asserted their will on us.
After the Dallas event, Tokahi Hamill left the team to play with San Jose Royalty, and Eric Humphreys leaves the team because of work. However, they pick up former Aftermath player Mike McCormick and are having a 2-day practice with Dynasty a week before the Mid-Atlantic Open.
At that time, I felt they were the best team to practice and they were going to give us the best look. You know, I think it's great to play the team that wins, or even if they knock you out, why not learn from them? Because obviously that was your weakness.
It's out! Come on, baby!
Hey, Steve! Hey, Cobra!
Cobra! Yeah, come on! Let's fucking go! That away, boy! Come on! Woo! Woo! The mouse is hot today. The mouse is hot today.
On Saturday, things were just going our way. It felt like we were able to do whatever we wanted on the field. No disrespect to Dynasty, but it just wasn't even competition. Sunday, however, was a completely different day. They changed their game plan, they slowed the field down, and the first 3 points in a row were these long, drawn-out points. I think they lasted 7 to 8 minutes each, at least, and they won all of them, So we went back and we adjusted, and I think it helped us tremendously figure out how to slow down the field and work together to try to get those wins in those long games.
We really learned a lot, and we got to play 50-plus points on the layout against the team that won the event. I really feel confident that this tournament will be the start of our winning team, because once we win once and we know that we can win and we know how easy it is, it's going to be really, really hard to beat our team, that's for sure.
The most important thing is just that we don't lose who we are and what we are. We went into event 1, but I don't think we really realized how much it was going to take for us to win that event. You know what I mean? It was like, we got Mouse, we got Marcelo, we got all these new guys, they're great fucking paintball players, we're going to go do this shit. And, kind of humbled us all to get knocked out, and we were so close on Dynasty, and they won the event and beat us, you know what I mean? We know what we put in for that tournament, and we know how we did that tournament. Now we have to put in more than that in order to win the tournament, Winning, it's just about getting on that fucking roll. It's not that much harder than what we've already put in for effort, you know what I mean?
We don't believe that we can win, that's why we haven't won. If we believe, dude, your mind's so powerful, dude, that if we've imagined the trophy in our hands, we're fucking drinking beer, whatever the fucking case may be, project it till you perfect it, dude. That's what it is.
The grass ain't greener on the other side. It's what we do in this room,
For their first match of MAO, the team will be up against San Antonio X Factor.
Playing X Factor, you never really see the same play necessarily over and over again. I feel like they do a lot of different things, which is hard to play against. You never really know what to expect. It's fun to play against a team like that though, because they're aggressive, and it's just fun to always be on your heels but at the same time on your toes, attacking back. We're down by 1, I think it was 3-2. McCormick made a good move to bunker the last snake guy, so we're 3-on-3 and you're playing to take a lead and possibly win the match, especially on a field that may be playing slow.
Hey, Hawk, Hawk's our friend. Hawk is our friend right now.
I got it.
That's my dude. Good job. Way to play. Hey, get better every fucking point.
That's a W, Don.
Hey, good shit. Good start. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. 10.
The game was playing slow. I think our first point was 8 minutes long, maybe. The game kind of broke open in our favor, and I started on the attack, and I started to get to their side of the field. And it may be the fastest snapshot I've ever seen in my life.
Steven, you had that, man. You get scared?
Come on, guys, come on.
It was 2-0. We were down against damage, and I remember just losing our entire snake side and looking over at Steven Pitts, and I'm like, we're gonna win this point. Steven, just stay alive. We're gonna win this point somehow, some way. Sure enough, I end up getting a shot on their Dorito guy. Steven at the same time gets a shot on the snake guy, and then I think Jacob Edwards, he tried coming up to the X, and then I shot him underneath the X. then it was a 2-on-1 against Rainey in the corner. Yeah, we ended up pulling out the game, and for me, that was a huge momentum shifter. You know, if that doesn't inspire the team, I don't know what is going to.
Yeah, baby, let's go! Hey, look forward, let's go! No matter what, we're gonna win. Believe!
The Ironmen have had an issue stacking up against Damage and their players. And Damage is a smart team. We needed to fix the mistakes we were making and play better and play more as a team. That was the biggest issues I think we had at that point. We just weren't firing on all cylinders, you know?
We died out of our bunkers a lot. We shot them. Go ahead, you're going to say something stupid right now, and I can't wait to hear it. You're going to be already smiling at me.
They shot 2 of us on the break 1 game off this side.
2 games.
2 games, okay. It's not dying out of your bunker when they shoot 2 off the side.
We still had games that when we lost, guys, we still were in positions to win games, and we still died out of our bunkers.
That's fine, but still we could have made
But nothing. There's no buts in it, Marcelo.
As a player, he sees the field downhill, and as a coach, I see it from the side, you know? Marcelo's very headstrong. I'm obviously pretty headstrong. There's just disagreements about the right ways to play a field, you know?
I can't wait to watch the video with you so we can sit and watch it together about what could have gone different, because we against a team like that, if we don't get outside at all, we are fucking dead.
We had a little disagreement just on what we should change, just because I wasn't making it out, and I figured we should try something else. But, you know, in the end, it's always the coach's call, and I have faith in Mike's decisions.
Dude, if we honestly want to put it, I will take all the blame for this. You guys played fucking great out there.
Not what I'm saying, Mike.
But but you're not being productive at all with what you're saying. Not one time did you guys come in and say, hey, let's put a guy edge over here and do this. It's just we're getting shot going here. I agree. They're a great shooting team. There's fucking 1 or 2 of those points we easily could have won, and that scoreboard looks a lot different. We can't just shoot our own guys off the fucking field. Yeah. We can't get shot not knowing, like, oh shit, there was a guy here. Like, I mean, we lost. It was like fucking lost. I hope we learn from it.
These motherfuckers are gonna be hungry. Come on. I think there's gonna be a fucking easy point, okay? Come on. You motherfuckers need to come out swinging like it's the last game of paintball you're ever gonna play. Yeah. I want that. Let's go. Get deep on these motherfuckers, okay? Make everybody feel you. This is the Ironmen. It's what the fuck we're about. Let's go, brothers. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
First point or two, it was crucial on this field just because you could slow the field down. If the team had to come at you, chances are they weren't going to get that point because it was just too easy to lock it up and shoot people trying to come at you. We got the first point and somehow let them back in the game. I remember getting shot out of my bunker in a crucial point against Damien. I was behind Danny Park. That kind of hurt us because Steven and Marcelo were trying to put something together on the D side right before I got shot. Unfortunately, probably lost us the point because Mike conceded it.
Hey, fight right here. Let's go, Ironman.
I believe they got some G's on the break, and we lost some bodies. Some guys got shot silly. We could have played a whole lot better, and we didn't.
The team that played last Sunday, I promise you, has yet to show up at this event. God damn it, get back to playing together. Shoot your fucking guns together, running down the fucking field together, and having a goddamn good time together. I'm fucking sick of it. God damn it, man. How long do we gotta fucking do this by ourselves? Obviously you can't. Obviously it can't be done by your fucking self.
Steve is very frustrated after this game because he knew in his mind that the Ironmen were not playing up to our potential. And to hear him come over and actually, I don't even want to call it yelling, it was like his heart was talking, you know? It was very felt by the entire team. And I think it was something we needed. It was something that everybody kind of took back and was like, wow, you know, we need to get it together.
You never want to play in the relegation match. So winning the Tauntaun game it's like a life or death situation for a paintball player.
We wanted to press the tempo against them, but on that layout it was just tough, you know what I mean? Like there's no need to take unnecessary risks, to just run down the field. Let's mirror up with what they do. We're better than they are. They're gonna be winded. I mean, literally they ran the same guys over and over and over and over. I don't care how good a shape you're in, it's gonna get mentally draining on you.
We had a call on this field. It was switch. It means that I'm being put in and they're gonna fly down this Dorito side and nobody can stop them otherwise. So there was a bunker in between Paxton and I guess you didn't hear me and I ended up getting bunkered. We ended up losing that point.
Fuck! Max, man. What? I need you to listen, dude. What? I am screaming bloody murder for you to look this way. Talk to me, man.
I'm trying, motherfucker. Instructive. Dude, I couldn't do shit fucking like this. There's fucking...
You guys are acting like we're winning the game. Hey, we're winning. Calm down, guys.
With a 2-2 record, the team still manages to sneak into Sunday. They will have a rematch with the team who knocked them out of the Dallas event, San Diego Dynasty.
Crazy path that we took to get to where we're at. I would honestly say we've played 50% of what we're capable of playing. I'm gonna try to keep this to as few words as possible and not just beat the dead horse. The blowing up in the pitch shit will not happen anymore, guys. If somebody goes, if, you know, you guys went at it, but we had other guys going back and forth. If McCormick tells Danny he's stupid, dumb, and retarded for any move, expect to be sitting a lot. Marcelo, you do it, expect to sit a lot. Paxton, you will sit a lot. Mouse, you will sit a lot. We will not have our identity be a team that fucking erupts in the pit. I can see no benefit to doing that. And you're talking about a guy that's broken clipboards on people. You know what I mean? And that was the most wrong thing I could have ever done. We all know LJ's the most likely to probably freak the fuck out. LJ's the most likely to be the most positive fucking dude when you two fucking dudes or you two dudes are on the field to be like, we got this, here we go, right now, motherfuckers, let's go. They're gonna win this shit. Look who we got on the field. I've heard him say that since Dallas more times than I've heard the rest of the team say it combined. And that's the kind of shit we need to keep going forward. Like, we all have a faith in each other. We have to just make it fucking happen.
You know, today, I may have lost my mind when I said it, but, you know, I meant what I said. You know, I mean, we've had flashes of playing what we envisioned this team doing. You guys finally start this. It just reminds right here, this fucking league's in trouble. You know? Not just tomorrow, but the rest of the fucking year. Let's fucking find that. You know? Find it in each other. Get after it, man.
Imagine that motherfucking trophy in your hand right now. We've already won the tournament, okay? Seriously. Mentally.
One step closer.
Project it until you fucking perfect it. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team!
Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on.
If we're going to play someone, why not play the guy that beat us the last tournament and knocked us out? We expected them to play the way they played in the practice on Sunday, as a slow, conservative game plan.
To beat Dynasty on this field layout, we had to shoot Yosh off the break and win the first point. Once we did that, we would be fine because we'd make our spots and then make them come to us and make them play into our game. That was how this field played. And sure enough, we got our G off the break and it was Yosh.
Everything went as planned. Corey stepped out, shot Yosh off the break, and so once Corey finally was able to fill behind me, we set it up to move me down the field. And as I'm going to the Dorito too, Corey is wrapped and shoots me in the back of the head. And at that point it was 5-on-4 before that, so giving them a body back that they didn't earn, it sucks.
Shouldn't have shot my own team in the back of the head. Shit like that can't happen.
I got a shot on Alex Frage cross field, so we still had the body advantage. And then I started trying to make some moves, and unfortunately, Dalton made a really good move. He stepped out wide on the tape and clipped me in the side of the mask. And from that point, it was a 3-on-3, and Dynasty was able to pull that out. So that first point was huge. From that moment on, we were forced to go into their guns.
That Cali and Apple kept switching on that zone, right?
Yeah, the same shit we knew they were gonna do. I mean, we're fucking overthinking this. We can't shoot our own guys off the field, dude.
What they would do is go to that first Dorito and pound it right on the snake side. And that made it so I couldn't play that snake or Danny Park. So that was huge because our push most of the time was coming from that snake side. So if you took that away from us, we weren't getting down the field.
Hey, you get the chance.
Danny was in the 50 snake, I was in the snake behind him. I had told him to look inside, knowing that Frage was going to come down the tape. Literally 10 seconds later, Frage comes down the tape. I put the balls on him way before he gets to him. Ref notices that. Major goes up. Mike concedes the point.
Oh, that's a major. Major on the no. Oh, they just got a major.
Danny Park didn't hear it. Starts playing and waddling out, going for the flag. They start shooting him. I start shooting back.
What are they doing?
They blew it. They blew the war.
All of a sudden, you literally just see like 4th of July. You see a bunch of flags go everywhere. So I'm in the pits like, whoa, what is going on? You know, I have no clue what's going on.
89's the box. 89.
What are you? We conceded the point. The point was conceded.
89's in the box. 27's in the box. You don't fucking shoot your gun when the game's over. They were shooting us when the game's over.
So all three of them have
3-on-3?
And after about 20 minutes of all the refs discussing this, come to find out we're going to be playing 3 of us versus 2 of them. So they have 3 majors, we have 2 majors. So we were like, okay, here's our chance, let's go. You know, we're down 3-0, but we got plenty of time. We can pump out some serious points here.
They have 2 bodies on the fucking field, so they're gonna go to each tower. Shoot the insides of the towers.
First point, Marcelo shoots B short off the break, and then we pretty much just run down the field, and we double bunker Glenn. I guess it looked pretty bad.
Same line? Same line? Same line, you guys turn it?
I told my guys, I'm like, look, if we don't get the G, I'm still gonna go up the center, I'm gonna try to do something. It may or may not work, let's just try to make moves around it. Let's get these points quick while they have the penalty. And I end up going into their side of the field, and Ryan just gets a really good shot on me. And that brings it to a 2-on-2. I think LJ got shot out of the snake.
I ran down the field on a 2-on-1 and bunkered Yosh. At that point, it was 1-on-1 with Ryan, and I knew he didn't know where I was at, so I figured I could just go run him down, and the coach got to him before I did. That was a big point for them.
We had that 3-on-1. We stay in the 50s. Even if we let the penalty out, we chop all them down when they come out. We come out with 5 fucking guns. So we just threw a point
on. Mike, sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I was just trying to go. If he didn't move into snake 1, it would have been fine.
We're not shooting this way. Should I just fucking fly down the side?
Yes. We got to try something, dude. At least get into position where we can chop the fucking box up when they come out.
So the next point, we still have our players in the box, and right before the game was about to start, Danny Park was trying to get our attention from the box, telling us, you know, make sure to get in position to shoot them. We're like, okay, we got it, and as we were saying that, the horn blows. So we try to touch up, we break out, Steven gets shot going wide, and I take a bounce, so I'm thinking I'm hit, and I'm walking off. I never called myself out or anything, and I look down, I'm like, oh, it didn't break. So I kind of run back to the corner.
Marcelo shifts back over to the D side. Danny and I come out of the box. They have their 3 come out of the box. I think we shoot one of them and all that chaos. Danny fills over snake side. I come behind Marcelo down the Doritos. Marcelo makes a really good move and bunkers out Dalton and shoots Tyler Harmon on the way. And somehow they only ended up with 1 alive, which was Greenspan and the 50 snake. And it was just me. He had no idea where I was. I looked inside from the Dorito, shot him rapping, sprinting the flag in.
We live for this shit! Let's go! Come on!
Step out on the snake side and then go up to the orange, shut it the fuck down. Our guys are going to be going. But you gotta get that orange shot on the break, they'll back in on that. If you can make that shot, we can have a chance. If not, if they get in there, they're gonna lock this thing down. You're up.
As a coach, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, we have got to get a bunch of eliminations on the break. We've got to hope for a penalty, shoot somebody in the face, like get those good quick kills and try to get down the field. But on that field, it was tough, man. Like, you want to have faith, you know, and I believe everybody in our pit does have faith, but there's the realist in you. You know, my brain does math really well. Minute 15, 75 seconds divided by 2. What are we talking, 37.5 seconds per point?
Fucking overrated until we win. That's it.
Keep your composure.
I know.
But then just shut your mouth and we'll talk about it in the fucking meeting.
To lose to the same team twice in 2 tournaments to knock us out, yeah, it's pretty frustrating. I mean, other than that, our performance too is just, we're not hitting our potential, and everybody notices it, and everyone's telling us it. It's starting to get old, so I'm sick of it.
Hey, this is how it works. You go through, you shoot right, you're a fucking hero. You miss them, you're a loser. That's how it works. That's it. That's the basic thing. That's the point. And that's how it always works in paintball. He makes the move, he goes in, he shoots, fucking he's a winner. He gets shot, oh fuck, we're losers. That's just how it works. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's when people make moves, that's when they start calling big shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, let's get the fuck out of here and go behind Die and talk. Okay?
Why are you all up in my face? I'm the quietest one.
Hey.
I'm the quietest one right now. I'm not saying anything.
Very calm right now.
That's fine. I don't know why you're all up in my shit.
Hey.
After their disappointing finish at MAO, the team reconvenes in Sacramento for a 3-day practice with Edmonton Impact a week before the Chicago event.
This field, I mean the field layout, it works for us. This is our kind of layout, you know, we can get down the snake as opposed to the last event. You just sit there, you know, you can fly down the snake, you can fly down the Doritos. And that's the kind of players we have on our team. That's what they want to do, and that's what they thrive at doing.
Game. Hey, come on. Everyone's over. You shot everybody. Fuck. Sorry.
Friday was a really good day for us. I would say we won the majority of the points.
Give him a little bit. Oh, give him a little bit. Oh.
The second day, I think they played a lot better. I think we kind of just slouched around, didn't really put in as much work.
Cannot live here! Get up! Want this! You're East in the 3! You have to know this! If you are here and that guy's in the 3, where? Where can you live right here? Cannot live! You gotta take him! Yeah.
He brings intense demeanor, which some people are intimidated of, but I think if you embrace it, then he can really bring the best out of you.
Snake 2, I think it's alright. Once he went to the 3,
right! But when you hear Snake 2, where the fuck do you think he's gonna be next? There, shoot! Danny, if you don't listen, we can't shoot people. You had the echo the whole fucking time. Then you sat there and I yelled the echo and you did not do your job.
He was off me for a little.
I can understand, you know, some of the younger guys, when Mike wants to make a point across and they're trying to get their point of view back at Mike, I know that's probably what gets him the most, what gets him going.
But I'm fucking telling you right now, do your fucking job,
Mike,
boy.
I just have a really bad problem with getting the tunnel vision. That's rookie shit, I know.
Oh, yeah, well, you're in the pro league, okay? It's not the end of the world. We lost 7-6. But throwing points away, just like not smart shit, you know what I mean? Like, what did you think? We were going to 70, 80% them yesterday, and then today 90%? You didn't think that they had the gumption to fucking fight harder? Everybody's in a fucking funk right now, and it's up to us to step the fuck up or fucking lay the fuck down.
boys. Fucking end on a positive note.
Way to come back.
Way to fucking do that shit. If you're
Forever
happy and you
fucking
know
bulking,
it,
boys.
clap your
Hey.
fucking hands.
Yes.
Right?
Honestly, it was a great practice. You know, they gave us a good look. We saw them play slow. They played fast. They attacked the snake side. They attacked the Dorito side. They went up the center. I don't think that any other team would have given us a better or worse look. I think at this point in the season, we realized that the tournaments are kind of in our hands, and it's up to us to step up. And who we practice and what we do, it matters to an extent, but in the end, it's really the ball's in our court to make it happen.
You okay, Matt?
I just got shot in the side, and it just kind of like dazed me, and Stillwell decided to lay down with me and have a conversation. And honestly, I was just telling him, because it was the third day of practice, I'm just tired. You can go.
After their successful practice with Impact, the team heads to the city of Chicago with high hopes of turning their year around.
Fighting against good old Royalty, another fellow die team. We're playing well, we're trying to just get a different look at the field, having a good time, just trying to learn the field, get those last reps in before the big day tomorrow morning.
I just smelled the shit out of that. There's not even mine here.
Being in the humidity in Chicago, it's nice to get a day in and kind of get acclimate to the weather. So, you never know what to expect in Chicago. So playing a day early, it's always nice.
For their first match, the team will be up against Omaha Vicious. However, they are trying out something new for this game, with Mike Hinman coaching on the snake side and Steve Humphries coaching in the pits.
Let's fight! Let's go, boys! Let's fight!
Some of the snake guys say they can't hear Steve's voice as well, which I don't know how, because he's maybe not as loud as I am, but clearly plenty loud. Mouse wanted me to be on the snake side, and they asked me to do that. In the Vicious game, Todd had his team well prepared. I think we came in underprepared mentally. I don't think we came into it with that same fire in our bellies, you know what I mean?
Let's go, boys. Here we go.
Team's doing all right. I haven't done my part yet, but as long as we stay in this game, we'll pull it out with experience.
Mouse can't play every point. He's gonna get tired.
He hasn't. He's sad. Listen, quiet. I don't need any input from any player on who's playing. We're not getting our G's. We're not surviving in our bunkers. All right, we're getting shot out of our bunkers. Okay, we're better than that. Okay, we're a lot better than that. Let's get back on track right here, right now. All right, let's go back to line one. Let's make it simple. Line one: Mouse, MC, A-Rod, Corey, and LJ. All right, let's go.
They're not going to give you the opportunity. So you've got to go make it happen against them. You got to go start bunkering people or try to bunker people with proper time management.
I just came down the tape, crawled low, and got him. He spun, There's no arguing that, and that could change the game.
We'll get your gun cleaned up. Kenny, turn.
I'm a little tired.
Okay, all right.
This is a really important point right now. It's 2-4, and so far it's been, I think, 3 minutes. Time's not quite on our side, so we need to get going.
Look at the clock, buddy. I think maybe you should put it together.
0% chance we're going to win this if we sit here because they're smart enough just to sit down, make us come. Well, okay, let's roll the dice,
Now that gate next to the netting is so far, it's honestly kind of hard to hear him. So honestly, it was no point to have him over there. Might as well have him in the pit where he can construct a good game plan and get the right line out there.
To take nothing away from their organization, I think our organization overestimated our ability in that game. It's vicious, we're going to go back and forth, but we're going to win this game. I really think,
That game is done, dude. We have 3 games that we have to win. It's either that or we go to the fucking Challengers division. You guys want to do that? Then fucking dig deep. Everybody step the fuck up. Look inside yourselves. Not to him, not to him, not to him. Look inside yourselves. Fuck. Let's go, boys. We're better than that.
After their loss to Vicious, the team awaits to play their next match against San Diego Dynasty, a team who has already knocked them out of 2 tournaments this year. Unfortunately, the PSP shuts down all fields due to severe weather coming in.
The PSP knew, let's shut all the fields down. It was lightning is what they were worried about, You know, once they run out with a paintball gun, become a lightning rod.
Sun's out, no clouds, no rain. Loving it.
After about an hour of delays, the PSP decides it's safe to start games again, and the Ironmen are hungry for revenge.
Come on, Ironman, let's fucking go.
The game didn't start off too well. We went down 1-3 against them. Ended up winning a 1-on-2 against Glenn Takamoto and Brandon Short, and it was very fortunate because as soon as it came down to that situation, I just decided to run and try to bunker Glenn, see if I could get anything on him, and I did. And he ended up spinning on me, getting a major penalty. So that really helped switch the momentum into our favor.
Yeah! Way to play, Marcelo! Way to fucking do it!
Winning the game at 4-3. LJ had a monumental brain fart and decided to just run down the Dorito side. About time he cleared the 50-yard line, he received a shot under the arm, and he just kept running down the field to get Dalton, and the red flags flew. That then pulls the next body behind LJ. 2-minute penalty, blows out that side, 4-4. And now you're down in a tough spot,
We're going to have a penalty. LJ's going to be in the box.
Did they hang it? All right. Focus. It's a full-tie game. Yeah. Who wants to go win this?
I do. That's one of those things that just kind of took the wind from beneath our sails, and they won that point, tied it up, and we ended up winning 3 straight after that. As much as I hate to say this, I almost want to call it lack of heart, gumption, whatever you want to say. We had the opportunity to win that game, and just because of a single penalty, we just let them take it from us. And not having the gumption to come back and win a game like that is unacceptable at the pro level.
We gave Dynasty a good fucking ride. We were 4-3 up, and then we threw it away. We got a major, then we still threw shit away.
Lack of focus.
I agree with you.
There was one person on the field not doing their job right now.
No, I agree.
That's fucking the whole game plan.
I totally agree with you. So do we just run 5 guys from now on?
No, you need to be honest and fucking call it down for what it is.
But they can't, because some of these guys are uncoachable.
Then do they need to get cut? I mean, dude, I'm
fucking agree with you. I'm just being honest. When you can't talk to somebody about something, when you say something, do X, Y, and Z, and people don't do that. I mean, it's
saying if you can't do that here in different sports, you have to go on the rock.
I agree. Focus.
Do we want to be challengers or what? What's going on? Put all this talent together. Do we want all of it to be for nothing, or are we just going to let this happen to ourselves? It was a huge deal for us. Going 0-2, we realized that we probably don't have a chance to make Sunday, but there wasn't a chance we were going to let ourselves go out there and just get beat up on.
At that point, we need to win just because we want to win, just because we have this thing called pride. You know what I mean? And we're the Ironmen. Like, we need to go out there and get some W's, and infamous as a team that we've had a hard time competing against. So we knew we needed to go out there and give it our all, leave it all on the field, you know?
Says it's above 90% that team always wins if you go up 3-0. Listening to Maddie's advice, we think we're going to win this game probably, and they get right back into the game.
Said, "You have the baby. There's 2 on this side. Nobody said the beast, and I thought the guy was in the counter."
You can't look around the 50 like it's not hot, man.
They stole the momentum. They won a few points in a row. They ended up going up, I believe, 5-4.
Oh my God.
Really? You really just get us a penalty? Wow, nice, Danny.
Good.
Nice. Come on!
Who's in the box?
Well, Danny is. He just walked out and got a penalty.
Good job, Danny. Way to come out and save that one, baby.
Danny, thank God.
Danny can turn.
Danny, let's go.
Good job, Danny Park.
Corey, let's go. Concede it.
We tied it up. Then they won, going up 6-5. And we called the timeout, realized what we needed to do. We're about to lose this game. This is where it's at. We decided that wasn't going to happen. Not again.
Hey, it's game point.
Let's go. We got to go. It's not game point. It's 6-5. We're going to win this point. Let's go.
2 fucking points, boys.
Deep side. Marcelo, you good? Let's go.
Points.
We had to win this point to tie it up. I went right down the snake. Brandon Mayo just filled the snake, and I just one-handed him, bunkered him, and then shot the rest of them.
Hey, we got this. Feel that. Hey, get those G's. We got this. Let's go. It's overtime.
Yeah, I know. I'm in.
Mouse, let's go. Steven, let's go. Let's turn it. We got to get that kill on this side. We got to get that kill on this side. You good? Take a deep breath. You got a minute. Same sides. Same sides.
You got 5 shots.
You never know what to expect in overtime. Are they going to take a risk and try to win the game, or are they going to sit back? And I think they took a risk with Bobby. Stood in the open, ended up taking one in the stomach, and got a major. So when you see a flag go in the air and you're playing on the field, it's like so yeah, it won the game for us. But it was a quick point, 30 seconds.
Yeah! Way to be, Iron!
That moment right there, I just had a smile on my face. I didn't care about anything else that had happened all year long. I realized that the team was coming together and we were finding that mental tenacity and that strength that it takes to be a champion.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Hey, was it the home guy that got the major?
Hey, it was somebody on the snake side. Hey, Mouse, way to fucking be. Hey, way to fucking fight, son. Who gives a fuck, right? Way to fucking be.
God, we fucking needed that,
That was just silly. It's just unnecessary. You know better. If you didn't know better, it wouldn't bother me so much, but you know better. Hey, you played your ass off this tournament, man. Listen, that was a fight, man. That's fucking one step. If you're tired, you need to find another gear. We got another game that we gotta win. We're fighting for our fucking lives right now, motherfuckers. I'm fucking proud of you guys, man. When it's going this way, that way, back and forth, +1, -1, way to fucking be and fight back. Way to find a way not to fucking lose. Get the fuck in here, man.
Come on, boys.
Let's go, motherfuckers. Look in the circle, man.
1, 2, 3.
another important game. Last thing we want to be doing is playing for that challenger spot. And again, it's a pride thing, and still we realize that each game is, you know, it may not mean anything for the Chicago event, but it means something for the Riverside event. You know, as a team, we need to keep coming closer and keep coming together and finding ways to overcome and win and just become a tight family like we want to be. It may have been tied 2-2, and it was one of those situations where we were up bodies. It was a 3-on-2. We've lost a lot of those this year. It's just been one of our downfalls. We can't close games when we're up bodies. I was in the 40 Dorito and Steven was in the corner behind me, and X Factor was lined up in both corners. And I hear Steven call my name from way back there. He's like, Marcelo, Marcelo.
Marcelo! Yeah! Can you hold in the back left? Yes!
Yeah, absolutely, I got him. So I start putting the back left in.
All right, tell me when he's in. He's in!
Sure enough, I knew already the move that he wanted to make, which is one of those things when you start playing with somebody and you get that team chemistry, you know exactly what people want to do. And sure enough, it worked like a charm. He runs right by me, bunkers the back right. As that happens, I shoot the back left. We win the point. Neither one of us got shot. And it was as simple of a thing as that is. That's something that sounds very simple when you say it, but it's something that we just haven't been doing as a team this year.
Play, boys. Good call.
We're up 4-2, and they just had Archie in the 50 Dorito and a guy in the snake, and we had 3 guys, Marcelo, McCormick, and Danny Park. Danny got shot out silly, and honestly I think Marcelo had a chance to come down the field and bunker out Archie, but they shot him all out and got that point, so now it's 4-3.
Trying to get this next point?
It's 1 minute. You want to?
Yeah. We can get a G off the break.
Go.
Yeah, baby. Oh. One more point. 33 seconds.
Another close one, but I'll say
made it hard on
yeah.
ourselves, man.
With a record of 2-2, the team waits for the outcome of the Dynasty versus Infamous game to determine their fate. If Infamous wins by 4, they will move on to the finals. But Dynasty goes on to win the match 7-2. This moves the Ironmen to the number 3 seed in their bracket, and they don't have to fight for their lives on Sunday.
It's a building process, and it's tough. It's tough sometimes with the building process because you want instant gratification. You want to win now. Houston, he did it last year. Why can't we do it? That was unique. So, you know, just trying to build and trying to get yourself into a better place. Even if you can't win the battle, get yourself in a position where you can win the war.
So the start of the year to get our team kind of fired up, Manny would do the Ray Lewis and he has it down to like a T. It's pretty ridiculous. And Danny does it pretty great, so.